Hi everyone, Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and thank you for joining me for this yoga flow for back pain. So if you are experiencing a little bit of pain or discomfort through the back, then move through these poses at your own pace, in your own time, and you don't need anything for this, just yourself and your mat. And whenever you are ready, let's begin. Okay, so let's begin today in our tabletop with wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. And let's inhale to look forward, dropping the belly, point the tailbone up. As we exhale, tuck the chin into the chest, press into the hands and round the spine. Inhale, we roll forwards, drop the belly, open the shoulders. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. So we'll just gently move through these cat-cows, inhaling to come forward, exhaling under. And your cat-cow is an excellent place to start, especially if we are dealing with a little bit of back pain, because it just allows everything to gently mobilize and open up. So just moving in your own time. Take one more full round of breath here, and inhale and an exhale. And then come back to center with your neutral spine. We're just going to take some big circles with the tailbone. So just imagine that you are drawing circles with the very tip of your tailbone, making them as big or as small as you want them to be. For some people it's going to feel better if the movement is a little bit bigger. For some people it's going to feel better if the movement is a little bit smaller, like so. Just keep breathing deeply as we're moving, so breathing right up and down the length of the spine. At some point we might switch directions, take a few big circles the other way. And then eventually we'll meet back in stillness, back in center. From here, we're going to drop down to the elbows. So where the palms of the hands were, you're going to want your elbows to be. Spread the fingertips nice and wide, keep the hips high, and then just drop the forehead towards the mat. And the forehead might not meet the mat, that's okay. But just think about the spine decompressing here, the weight of the head pulling the spine long. Take a few deep breaths here. And we might choose to stay here, or maybe we want to start to crawl the fingertips forwards a little bit. Start to melt the chest, melt the forehead towards the mat. And if we try this and it feels too strong, just bring the elbows back. Breathing deeply here, so taking full inhales and slow, smooth exhales, breathing right into the center of your back, breathing into that space in between the shoulder blades. One more breath here. And then gently release. We can walk the elbows back. We can bring ourselves back into our tabletop. And from here we'll find a child's pose. So take the toes together, widen the knees, sit the bum back towards the heels, and start to walk the fingertips forwards. We're going to bring the head towards the mat. If your back, however, is a little bit sore and maybe this just feels too much, then feel free to bring the forehead on top of a pillow, a block, a book, maybe your hands. And just try to relax into your child's pose as much as possible. Let the hips drop back towards the heels. Soften the spine, soften the shoulders. Take a few breaths here. And then if we do have the hands underneath the forehead, we're going to go ahead and stretch the fingertips out nice and long. And we're going to start to walk the hands over towards the right hand side of the mat. Just come as far over as feels good. We don't have to come right off the mat if that is not serving us today. If it feels better to just go a little bit of the way, then just go a little bit. Lengthening out the left hand side of the body. Take one more full inhale and exhale. And then lift the forehead, walk the hands back through center, take it over towards the left. Drop the chest, drop the head. A few more breaths here, this time lengthening through the right hand side of the body. Take one more full inhale and exhale. And then walk the fingertips back through center. Walk the hands back towards the knees and bring yourself into this kneeling position. If it's comfortable to sit on the knees, then we're here. If this is not feeling great, then just take a cross-legged position. But from here, we're going to plant the left hand onto the floor and we're going to sweep the right arm up and over. So we're creating length through the right hand side of the body here. We're aiming to keep the chest open, keep rolling that top shoulder back. We might look up towards the sky just to ensure that we have a lot of space through the front of the body. Take one more breath here. And then come up through center, both hands reach up, then plant the right hand, reach up and over with your left. The further that we reach in through the left fingertips, the deeper this stretch is going to feel. Keep the chest open, keep the left shoulder rolling back. We might look up towards the sky. And we'll take one more full breath here. And then come all the way back through center. Both fingertips reach up. Can we reach the arms a little bit higher? Maybe look up in between the fingertips. And then rest the arms back down. And from here, we're going to walk the fingertips forwards. Come into your tabletop position. And from here, we're going to bring ourselves up for a downward facing dog. So spread the fingertips wide, tuck the toes under. Whenever you're ready, lift the knees, lift the hips, shoot the hips back. Downward facing dog. We can keep the knees really deeply bent here, or we can straighten them out. It really doesn't matter. It might feel better to find some movement at this moment by pedaling out through the feet. Just keep pressing the fingertips into the floor. Strong through the arms. Let the crown of the head hang heavy. And then come back to stillness and take 2 full breaths in your downward facing dog. And then take a nice deep bend through the knees, look up towards the hands and take as many or as little steps as you need to take all the way up to the front of your mat. Take the feet about hip distance apart or a little bit wider and just find your forward fold. So we want to think about being like a ragdoll here, so everything from your hips up is completely relaxed. Your knees can be bent or straight. Your hands might be near the floor, they might be nowhere near the floor. It doesn't matter. We just let everything hang heavy. The head is heavy. The arms, the shoulders, the spine is long. Breathe deeply here, and with every exhale, notice if we can let go of any extra tension that we're holding on to. Relaxing your neck, your shoulders, the belly, all the muscles along the spine. Everything is heavy, dangling forwards. Take a few more deep breaths here and see if we can really deepen the breath. Can we let the upper body hang a little bit heavier just for one more full inhale and exhale. And then whenever you are ready, take a deep bend through the knees, plant the hands back onto the floor and step yourself back into your last child's pose. So toes together, knees apart, reach the fingertips forwards, take the forehead towards the mat or onto the hands. And once again, just lengthen out the breath here. Notice the back, notice how you're feeling. And thank yourself at this moment for taking time out of your busy day to step onto the mat and to do something good for yourself, something that your future self will thank you for. Take your last breath here. And then we can release by lifting the head and walking the hands back towards the knees. And thank you so much for practicing with me today or tonight or whatever time of the day it is where you are. I hope you will be feeling good after that. I hope you will feel the benefits of this later or even tomorrow. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you would like to see more like this, please subscribe and have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.